Okay, so we purchased a Liftwise post puller, and this is the installation video and how we were able to install it. We used a plow frame to attach it to our truck. The original instructions give you two mounting plates, and you're supposed to weld square tubing and then attach that to the frame of your truck. We wanted the ability to move it easily from one truck to another. Our initial thought was to use square receiver like you would see on the back of a truck for towing. We were going to use two receivers coming off of the frame and then use the mounting plates, attach it to the square tube that would fit inside those receivers, and then just use pins to pull them out. But Keith, our fabricator, had a little bit better idea. The trucks, several of our trucks already have Western plows on them, and we had an old plow in the back that we were using for parts. So we decided to pull the frame off of that plow and use that to build off of and attach our post puller to that, and then make that where we could slide it on and off easily from one truck to another. The power supply that is on the truck for the plow would also feed a hydraulic pump for our post puller. We contacted our Western parts dealer and got a plow side power cable and attached that to our pump, and so that we could just plug it in as if we were plugging in one of our plows, and that would power up our pump. So I'm going to walk you through what we ended up doing here and show you how this whole thing came about. And my hat's off to Keith for coming up with this idea. He's our fabricator, and he, ingenious idea. So shout out to Keith on that one. So let's go to the unboxing. So the post puller comes in a nice crate. Inside the crate there is 3 boxes. Inside one box you'll see some wiring, and then you'll see the hydraulic hoses. They came with the kit. And in the second box you'll see the mounting plates I was referring to earlier. Comes with 2 mounting plates, and that's what you're supposed to build off of, and then some attached chains to attach it to the post puller. And then the third box has the hydraulic pump. So that's all you get. And then here's the sacrificial plow that we have. Like I said, we've been pulling parts off of this one to repair and work on several of our other plows. And so we decided we're going to pull the frame off of this one. So grab the hold of that one, and then we'll bring this into the shop. And then we'll start tearing this thing apart. So the only part that we're going to need off of this is the frame that slides into the mounts for the plow on the truck side. So we'll start separating parts here and start taking it apart and figuring out, what we're going to need and what we're not. So there's the light assembly and the pump assembly, and that's the frame part right there that we're going to use. So you'll see Keith there grinding off. There was some brackets there that wouldn't be used, so he's grinding those off and he's cleaning up the metal for welding. Definitely have to reinforce this thing a little bit because it's going to have a lot of force on it. And then here you'll see where we had to replace the shoes because we had already taken the shoes off of it. So I ordered new shoes. We put those on and put it on the truck for mock-up. You'll see that bar right there. That's going to be one of our main supports for the post puller. And then brought the post puller over on our hydraulic table here so that we could start lining it up, figuring out where it's going to have to sit. And this is all mock-up, just like I said, you're trying to figure out, where it's going to be optimal for it to sit. So it looks like Joe and Keith kind of like where it's at there.
So you're gonna have to come.
And like I said, we didn't diagram this or anything. This is just build on the fly. So as we're coming up with ideas and bouncing ideas off of each other, we're all trying to figure out what's going to be the best way of making this work.
I'm gonna go.
We obviously
come
need
straight
it
out
to
of
be
here.
solid,
Take that, and I'm
firm.
gonna build gussets on each side to support
And
that weight off just off
Here we're
of this.
just talking about it.
And then I can also put another piece coming out the front, another support. Make it like a something. We'll see how it looks.
So this has to be like this, so you have clearance to come down, and whatever that bar is right here, you have to give your screws on your own.
Then once we have a good idea on what we want to do, here's that metal bar that I was saying that's going to be the core support. Our mounting plates will get attached to that, and then that'll be welded onto our bracket. So once we have everything where we want it, you'll see Keith there starts mocking things up. Trying to get everything nice and straight. And then starts welding. So I do like that slow motion there. So after several hours of welding this thing together, you'll see kind of what we end up with. So there's your structural support, and then you see where the brackets are attached to that structural support. And there's the first time we got it all in place. We've got it held on there by 2 bolts, just kind of looking to see where it's going to sit. Making sure we like the height, making sure we like how far it sticks out away from the truck. And then this is it completely disassembled. And that plate there on top, that's what we decided to mount our pump to. And he added some chain hooks there to support some of the chains. They're in transportation. Those are the metal plates that came with the kit. And those are welded right onto that. So now that we like the way the whole thing came out, we're going to throw a little bit of paint on it. And look at those welds. Keith's an excellent welder. I'm showcasing your welds. A little bashful, isn't he? So we'll throw some paint on this. Get a nice thick coat of paint on it, keep it from rusting. Got an interesting process that he does. He likes to put undercoating for texture, and once he dries, he starts, then he puts paint on it. So once we got it all painted and everything, we went back, assembled the whole thing. You'll see the pump in place now, the legs. There's the chain hooks I was mentioning earlier. That's the first time we see it kind of mocked up, almost completely. Almost complete. So now here it is complete. All the wiring's done. And then you'll see we've got here's the back of it. That's where it's all attached. There's the chain hooks I was mentioning before. You'll see now we have a kickstand there, so you're sitting on 3 points like a tripod. You've got the 2 front legs off the plow, and you've got that trailer jack there on the front to support it. And here's a different truck we're bringing in, just to show that it'll line them up, Joe. Mount to any one of our trucks that has a Western plow. it up. Slide it in there. Take and lock it in place. Second leg in place. Pull the kickstand out. Kickstand swivels out of the way, so you get a couple of cranks. Pull the pin. Swivel it out of the way. Module has hooked up the wire. Our main power wire there. Flip the switch. And you're operational. And you'll see us do it one more time with a second truck. This is the truck originally used for mock-up. Drive it in. Lock in place. Pull your kickstand out. Plug your wire harness in. Kick it on, Joe. Go ahead and operate it.
Which way you gotta go with it?
And now you're operational.
You gotta grab that. No. Ready? Yep. Pull it.
So, hope you enjoyed this video. Said hats off
Yeah, I
to
want to
Keith.
drop it one more time.
A great idea. But, so that's how we did it. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.